Hey everyone, welcome back. Currently I'm updating my YouTube and I'm at 360 subscribers right now. So I'm going to document my journey. It's the 26th of August 24. And I want to get to 1,000 subs in the next few months. Why? Well, there's this guy called Evan Carmichael and he's got like 3.7 million followers. And the last time he did a Q&A with us in book club, he shared that I needed to become the kind of person that could bring in 1,000 subscribers. The same way that I am able to bring the guests into doing the Q&As with me. So I know that for a channel to grow, it requires me to consistently show up daily. So I'm gonna post a video every day. I'm on this mission to help people create a life of freedom and fulfillment through online business by utilizing a strength that they have. So many of you are probably familiar with the feeling, that whole corporate grind. So I used to be an accountant. I did accounting for 15 years, and the endless meetings, checking emails, stacking up to-do lists, and doing reports and all of that, meeting deadlines. But there's like this nagging thing at the back of my mind, that's probably in your mind, that's like, is this all there is to life? The biggest pain I had that came nagging, like knocking again and again and again, is that what value am I really adding to this world? When I'm working in a really big company, it's great, right? There's people to talk to, there's benefits, there's respect, there's all like the prestige and like the power suit and the cool stuff that comes with it, and you get paid well. However, if I wasn't there, what would happen to the business? Nothing much, right? Like I would just get replaced. Like I like to feel that I'm pretty special, but at the end of the day, when I'm not there, the company's going to be doing just fine without me, right? Just like they always have. So what is my real impact? I personally would like to change people's lives on a deeper level than, they're meeting, like making some money for a company and adjusting spreadsheets and Excel formulas to maybe save the company money or make them a lot of money. It's like, it doesn't feel that meaningful to me. That's the point I got to. So today I want to just share with you a bit about my journey from kind of that burnt out, put work as number one priority above everything else, and gotten to a point that's unfulfilling, that I transition out, or change my career, which I never actually ever thought possible. And the only belief like I had is like, I'm big on statistics, and one time I read this like stats where it said in a person's life, it's likely that they do 2 careers. And I'm thinking, how? If I chose accounting up front, how could I ever change the career? And it doesn't even make sense. It was like, I'm more than 10 years into it. Like, why would you change? And you have to start at the bottom. And the whole thing is crazy. Like, why would you go back to ground zero and be a nobody and wasted all this time to get all the respect and professional qualification and all this education, all this money that you use time and all of that to get to this point, just to like trash it all and restart, and get paid like peanuts, right? Like it doesn't make sense. I couldn't quite grasp this for a long time. But then here we are, right? Now I'm my own boss. And the online business does allow me to do work in my own terms, and make real difference. I actually almost daily, definitely on a regular basis, people would send me DM, and it means a lot to me, be able to touch people's lives in that way. Sometimes you can be making posts and people may not publicly acknowledge it, like they may not like it or comment it, but they will send you something personally, and you could just be helping someone really in need, because we're all humans, and even though we're all unique, we're very similar in many ways. The things we go through, the way we feel, the insecurity we have, and so when we share our story, it's not about us. It's just how can we help someone else out there, and I believe that's the only belief you need to get started on making contents. Just knowing that it isn't about you. No need to. That actually will wipe out the whole, I don't know how to show up on camera because people will criticize me. It's like, it's not about you, it's about the person that could be watching this that's benefiting them. It's just about other people. This isn't about people pleasing. It's just, we humans are a connected species, and I personally think to add value to the world is to help others, because at the end of the day, the way I envisage my life in my last day, when I'm no longer here, that there will be people surrounded to say goodbye to me and they will be connected to talk about all the stories and how I impacted their life positively in one way or another. And I think that's a beautiful thing, if this bunch of people could connect with each other with those memories, and that's kind of the legacy I leave, I guess. And people would have more friendship, make connections that may not have happened. So then, that day when I'm not here would actually be a happy day rather than a sad day. That's what I feel would be the most meaningful thing to do. It's not about having stuff at all. It's just, did we matter? So with that in mind, this journey, it was just a few years ago, literally just a few years ago, like 3 years ago, I was like doing a job like everyone else, right? And this was like right when COVID was hitting, and everything was, the whole world was chaotic. I was a team leader, and there was a lot of pressure in terms of managing the team's mental state, ensuring everyone's feeling all right, being able to show up to work, still be productive. Like, everything was changing, right? If you remember that transition from the office to working from home, all the logistics that had to happen, I had daily huddles with my team to make sure everyone was okay, which is a little bit beyond the job in a sense, right? But this is the important thing, that your team feels heard, they feel cared for, and that you understand what they might be going through that could be impacting their productivity. And this job was really the stepping stone that I needed to get me on this path that I'm on. Because when I entered that job, I had no experience in that industry. And was the proof I needed for myself. So all my life I worked for government until this last job I got out, and that was like impossible. That was like mission impossible from all the experts, right? Like all the recruiting agencies, everyone told me all your experiences there in government, in public, you can't just switch, like no one will hire you. I can't get you a job and all of that. Like literally six, seven, eight agencies just turned me down. And so I thought I'm just gonna apply all those jobs on my own. And it worked. So don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. It is always you that dictate your life of where you want to go. And what you need for yourself, no one else can tell you that either. The peace that you need for you to feel comfort of taking that leap for yourself, what is that? You know what that is, right? So you can ask people to help you with that. You've got to know what is the piece that you kind of want. If someone else have walked that path before, for sure, have conversations with these people because they could give you ideas and unlock these things in your mind. Like today, when someone DM'd me about something I shared on social media, which was like, what is it that you want? Like a really broad question, right? What is it that you want? And he responded. Then afterwards, I said something which unlocked a piece of his mind. So he DM'd me and said, wow, that really like just popped like a cork in his mind, and it helped him. Like, shit, like, yeah, thanks for calling me out, right? So talk to people that can help you unlock those pieces, that is able to call you out on things with a good intention, right? So yeah, with a good intention, I think that's the piece that really matters. That follow someone that you know they aren't here to like criticize you or like put you down or anything, but it's like when they call you out, you know they're doing it for the best of you. So you've got to go to someone that you respect for that to happen. And honestly, there's only a handful of people that I really respect to get criticism like that. Yeah. So be careful about that, because if you talk to people about things and they're not the right kind of people, you could insert more doubt and things in your mind, and that's the last thing you want, right? Okay, so let me show you some key takeaways. Is that I learned mindset is everything. And luckily, this is one of my strengths. So I did this thing called the 5 strength test, and my number 1 strength is actually belief. So I have a really strong belief, and that naturally, I don't think that's something I've always had. I think that's something I developed due to circumstances. So my parents weren't really around. I didn't really have people I can count on, or guardians or guide that I can talk to get advice. And because of that, I really had to lean into myself and believe in myself, because there was no other choice actually. And internet wasn't really a thing then. It just wasn't a popular thing back then when I was young. So the information I had was very, very limited. And because of that, I had to just really trust myself. Blessing or curse, I don't know, right? Blessing now. Curse, it feels like a curse at the time. But like, mindset is everything, because when it comes to like anything technical, that's kind of like 20%, right? If you believe you can do it, you'll always find a way. So the first thing is about believing in yourself, and then embracing the challenge. And I think of this as like video games, because I used to play a lot of it. And a video game is only fun when it's challenging, like because you're leveling up, right? Like you go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4 to like fighting bosses, and then you're like shooting more monsters and enemies, and like your jumping skills, and you can double jump, and then you can like shoot really cool, and then you can, you know, navigate and do cool stuff, right? And these are challenges. When it gets harder on different level, that's why it's fun. It's fun because it got harder and you didn't die in the video game, right? So it's just like in life, it's like when you navigate through these challenges and you didn't die, that gives you more and more confidence. You're getting better and better at this game, so that even when you get to the next stage, and it's like a stage you obviously haven't been to before because there's a new stage that you unlocked, life is like that. You keep leveling up to a new stage. It's like you don't know how the enemies is going to come at you. You don't know what's going on, what's going to show up. Just like a video game, you don't know until you're there. But because you have the confidence of the stuff you have done before, you now have this base to know that